know who's out here living the American dream, but I can tell you one person who isn't, and that's me. I have 4 kids, and I'm working 3 jobs, and I'm still struggling. I have my full-time job. I'm a 911 dispatcher. My other 2 jobs, a waitress. The American dream should not be this hard. I should not have to be working my life away, being away from my kids. You know, sometimes I have to pick. Am I going to pay my electric bill, or am I going to buy groceries? Because my kids need to eat. This is not the American dream. I'm so tired of struggling. You know, so many people are going to work, working multiple jobs just to pay for a house to sleep in, just to put their head down at night. This is not the American dream, not my American dream. That's why I started posting here on TikTok. So hopefully I can slow down some so I can spend time with my kids. Life shouldn't be this hard. I know one person that's making 6 figures and they're still struggling. Why's it gotta be so hard? Anyways, if you want to help this mama out from struggling, you know what to do. I'm headed into work to work at Buffalo Wild Wings today. I have to work a double, say a prayer, I make some money.
You guys, we are being priced out of living like it is nobody's business. People are financing groceries, buy now, pay later on milk, eggs, and bread. Like, it's actually kind of crazy to think about. And I've also noticed that, you know, there's a decrease in the hustle culture conversations that used to happen so much when people would tell you to start a side hustle or open a business to make extra income. Yeah, I'm noticing those conversations aren't happening as much. And it is so indicative of where we are today as a society. Like, we are being priced out of everything. And it's just so crazy to see, and also disappointing to think about the fact that this is the economy that I have to see in my 20s. This is literally the worst time to be in your 20s, honestly.
Y'all, so this is a transparency post. Never in my life I would think I would be in line at a church to get donation food that's given back to the community. Like, my shame, my ego, everything's out the window when it comes to my kid. My kid need food. I need food. Like, if the government's going to take taxes out of everybody's check, and then when it's time for us to qualify for food stamps, if you deny, it's like, what's the point? My taxes should be able to pay for my food. It's sad. It really is sad. Like, what is the world coming to? People are starving. Like, this lot is so full. Let me show y'all. It is so full of cars. These are all parked cars waiting for food. And they're giving down the food right there. Like, make it make sense. Why we're starving in America? Just to get some food. Everybody should qualify for food stamp, whether you make enough or you don't, because expenses are high. Bills are high. Everything is high right now. We need food.
I've maxed out my credit cards and stopped paying them. I have turned off my phone. I don't pay for anything other than my car, my insurance, and my rent. And I'm still in the negative every single fucking week. And nobody wants to hire me and pay me anything more. And I watched my mom work her body into disability, and my body is doing the same exact things as hers was. And I have to work 2 or 3 jobs if I want to be able to afford to actually live in a house. I'm about to move into my car. And I'm not even renting a house or an apartment. I'm renting a giant house divided by like 6 people. And I can't afford it. I have nothing left to give. I have nothing left to give. My body is giving up. The only hope that I had was somebody else was chosen for it. Somebody else was liked better, because I am nothing. I'm worth nothing. I'm not worth survival. I'm not worth being able to actually live in a home. I'm not worth being able to reproduce or have good mental health or take care of my physical health. I'm not worth any of that. What I'm worth is working myself until I die. And I'm not willing to work until my body can't work anymore. I would rather be and I told myself that if I didn't get this promotion, my last hope, because I've applied for literally everything else in the fucking state and the 2 states next door, that I would myself, and then I didn't get the promotion. So now I have to myself because I have nothing left to give but my life. I have nothing left to give but my life. So if you're seeing this, I'm probably honestly, because I have a date in mind and I know exactly what's gonna happen. So I hope America knows that my life and my death is because of capitalists and Republicans that decide that life is worth as much as you're able to work. Because I physically cannot work anymore. It is physically impossible for me to squeeze 25 hours of work into a 24-hour day. It is physically impossible. And if I wanted to be able to afford where I live right now, to live comfortably, I'd have to work for, I think the math is 16 and a half hours a day to work to be able to afford where I'm living, to not have to move into my car. Is that physically possible? Maybe. Is it physically possible for somebody whose body is already giving up? Probably not, because I've already tried. I worked 2 full-time jobs for a few months, and what happened is I got diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome and almost fucking died. I won't even be able to afford to kill myself because I can't afford burial costs or anything. I looked into it. I can't afford to cremate myself. I can't afford to have a headstone. My best hope is that my body goes missing and gets claimed by the fucking government. The government that I hate that killed me, by the way. I can't even afford to kill myself. And I want to be so bad. I want to be dead so bad. The only reason I'm not dead right now is because it's not the date that I want. And there's a specific date that I want for a specific reason, because I can't control literally anything in my life, but I can control the last 6 digits on my headstone. If I can afford a headstone. I can control that, and I'm not willing to relinquish that control. But I want to. I want to so bad, and I can't do anything about it because I can't afford to not work. I know this isn't healthy, and I know I need help, but I can't even get help because I can't afford to miss work to get help. Because if I lose my job, I lose my housing, and if I lose my housing, then I'm better off anyway. I've already been homeless. I can't do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. There's nothing left for me. There's nothing. I can't even start an OnlyFans or be a prostitute because nobody would pay to fuck me. Nobody would even pay to look at me. I have to pay people. I'd have to pay people. I'm more likely to have to buy a prostitute so I can have the illusion that somebody wants to touch me than I would have to be paid to touch somebody. I can't even do, I'm too ugly of a woman to even do the things that women do when they're in these fucking situations. I'm too ugly to fucking be a whore. I can't afford, a sugar daddy because I'm too ugly for that. I'm too ugly to become a model or an actress or an influencer or anything like that. I'm talentless. I have no talent because I spent my whole life working. I don't have anything left. I'm just a drain on society at this point. Oh my god. I don't want to be alive. I genuinely don't want to be alive. I don't want to be alive at all. Literally at all. All I think about all day is how amazing it's going to feel when I step foot into that ocean. How freeing it's going to feel to finally be done. For this to finally be over. Because I'm so fucking tired. I'm so tired of this shit, bro. I'm so tired.